Hey, what is going on, guys? We got some new rules from the Biden administration that have become pretty controversial. And honestly, I want to go ahead and talk about it as well because I am in this situation right now where I'm about a year or two out from buying a home with my girlfriend. We have been in serious talks about it, where we're potentially going to live, what we're thinking about. And now we're seeing this new news right here. I'll go ahead and pull it up right here, where here in Fox Business, it says, former Obama housing chief slams Biden's unprecedented mortgage plan not the way to do it. For those who don't know what they're talking about, basically, Biden has these new rules where he's trying to help people who don't have the credit score or don't have the money to afford a home. But what he's doing is, instead of figuring out a way to help them or pay for it, he's paying for it essentially by punishing the people who did the right thing. He's not even punishing the billionaires or the mega rich people who just have insane amounts of money. No, he's actually punishing the middle class people. So according to the rules, basically, if you have a credit score of 680 or above and you plan to buy a house anywhere between $400,000 or more, well, you're going to get penalized because you're going to have to pay an extra fee. I think the fee was like 1.75 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's in this article right here. But basically, you're going to have to pay an extra fee. And then the people who have less than a 680 credit score and fall within a certain like income threshold, I think, basically, they are going to get a discount. So there's a certain fee or whatever they got to pay to buy a home that they don't have to pay. So it's just so backwards. It's crazy to me. And I'm not a fan. Let me go ahead and read this article right here. Many critics have blasted new rules from the Biden administration that will force good credit home buyers to subsidize the cost of buyers with poor credit. One former Obama housing official is calling the unprecedented move. He's calling out the unprecedented move, arguing that this is not the way to bring in more home buyers. Now, let me actually go ahead and kind of read some of the details. Here we go right here. New rules from the Federal Housing Finance Agency will allow consumers with lower credit ratings and less money for a down payment to qualify for better mortgage rates than they otherwise would have. In turn, the costs are expected to be passed on to those with good credit. The rules are set to go into effect May 1st. So, yeah, absolutely insane. Definitely not a fan of it. Here's where it says right here. It says experts believe that borrowers with a credit score of about 680 or higher would pay around $40 more per month on a $400,000 mortgage under these new rules, costs that will help subsidize people with lower credit ratings also looking for a mortgage. Now, here's where I have an issue, right? Because I think this is why I'm a Democrat, right? I think their heart is in the right place, okay? There's a lot of people out here, okay, that don't give a crap about nobody but themselves. And honestly, that's kind of okay. If you're just a regular person, fine, whatever. But the problem is there are politicians, there are people in power, there are people who have a say in writing the laws that govern our nation that don't care about anybody else. And this is why I'm fundamentally a Democrat, right? Now, I have a lot of disagreements with the Democrats, but the reason why I'm a Democrat is because I think that they care more about people than the other party does. That's just my honest opinion, that's why I'm a Democrat. But this is where I would say that their heart's in the right place, but their execution is flawed, right? Because for me personally, I get it. You want to help people who don't have the credit score or don't have the money to buy a home. And you're looking at different things like racial inequality, economic inequality. Those are all important issues, and I completely understand. But this is what I truly believe. I truly believe that, yes, is there racial and economic inequality? In some cases, yes. But does that apply to every single person that has a bad credit score or every single person that's poor? No, it all comes down to one simple thing: decision making. That is my honest and true opinion. And that is why I actually propose some solutions that I think will be better than this, because what they're saying right here is if you have a 680 or higher credit score, you're going to be paying about $40 extra per month to pay for the people who made bad decisions and didn't work as hard as you to get to where you are, where you can actually buy a decent house. Does that sound fair to you? So because I worked my butt off and now I'm middle class, and it's not like I'm a millionaire or I'm mega rich, I just have a little bit more than the average person. I'm a little bit richer than the average person or than somebody who's poor, but I worked hard for that. I didn't cheat to get there. I didn't lie to get there. I worked my butt off, and now I'm being punished. You're charging me an extra $40 a month to pay for somebody who wasn't as responsible as me, who didn't work harder than me, who didn't make the sacrifices I made. Because for those who don't know, it takes a lot of sacrifice and hard work and blood and tears to get to a certain economic status. Even middle class is not easy. It really isn't. Everybody knows this. So it's just crazy to me. Like, their heart's in the right place. Their execution is terrible. That is my God honest opinion. Like I really just don't get it. And I understand why so many people are outraged, because it's like, I really don't think that people who worked hard to get to where they are should be punished. And now let me go ahead and bring up my solution. So this is what I think, okay? I think that instead of the Biden administration saying, hey, we want people who can't normally afford to buy a home or don't have the money or whatever, we're going to help pay for them and we're going to punish you for it. This is what I think will be a better idea. And here's what I got written down. I put down payment assistance programs. I think what the Biden administration should do instead is implement or expand down payment assistance programs that offer grants or low interest rate loans to help lower income individuals afford the upfront cost of home ownership. And also, don't punish us in order to figure out a way to pay for it. I don't know how they're going to pay for that, but figure it out. You're the government. Do not punish people who worked hard. But I think that would be a good program. And in this program, I actually think would be the most helpful. This is my second option. I think that the government should actually help those people by giving them maybe free or maybe discounted. I don't know. Either they give them free financial education and credit counseling, or they give it to them at a discount. So whatever you would normally pay a financial advisor or a credit counselor, they'll give you a discount. The government will help pay for it. I don't know, something like that, where they would be able to increase access to financial education and credit counseling services in order to help lower income individuals improve their credit scores and better manage their finances. I think this is a much better solution than punishing the people who know what they're doing with their finances. Typically, if you have more money that you're actually keeping, like more money in your savings account. I'm not talking about your actual income, because you could easily make a certain amount of income, but you could spend it just as much as you keep it. But I'm talking about the people who have a decent amount of money in investments and savings accounts, and the people who typically have a higher credit score are typically the people who are a lot more financially responsible than the people who have lower credit scores. Why is your credit score good? Because you're paying your bills on time. You're staying within a certain credit limit, below like 30% or something like that. You're not racking up all this credit card debt. You're not late on your bills. You're being a responsible human being, and you're practicing financial responsibility. A lot of the reason why people have terrible credit scores is because they don't practice good financial habits and they're financially illiterate. So if you give these people these handouts and say, hey, we're going to help you, afford a house, and we're going to punish the middle class, and we're going to make it so that you as a poor person can afford this house. That's all great and cool, but that also increases the risk that they default on the loan, because just because you give them a handout doesn't mean that they all of a sudden pick up good financial habits. These people still have bad financial habits. So what you're doing is you're putting a Band-Aid on a huge problem. That's not going to work. You got to do more than put the Band-Aid. You got to attack the root cause of what's happening here. What's happening here is a lot of people, and I know everybody hates to hear this. It's terrible to say, Echoes, I know, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is how I truly feel. And this doesn't go for everybody. But I think in a lot of cases, I truly believe that in a lot of cases, the reason why a lot of people are in bad financial positions and their credit scores are bad is because they made dumb decisions. That's where accountability comes in. And so I'm not even trying to bash anybody. This video isn't even about that. But my point is, if you help those exact same type of people who don't understand financial literacy and don't understand how to improve their credit score or need credit counseling, well, guess what? They're going to make bad decisions. You've given these people a house, and by the time the mortgage comes due, how are they going to pay for it? They don't make good financial decisions with their money. They out here driving Teslas. They out here buying $40,000 Teslas on a $40,000 salary. Why would you help those people out? There's a reason why they have a bad credit score. What are you going to sit here and tell me they have a bad credit score because of inequality? It's impossible. You can't get a bad credit score because of inequality. You get a bad credit score by doing dumb things with your money. And I know a lot of people don't agree with this. I know it's controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is just how I honestly feel. So these are the programs that I think would much better help in terms of helping people and help close the gap. Because like I said, I understand where the Biden administration is coming from. I understand the economic inequality gap upsets me too. I don't like it. I know that there's a crap ton of people in this world that are poor. I know. But a big reason for that is because of education. People are just not educated. And also there's the other side of it that I just got to be honest and say, a lot of people don't want to better themselves. They don't want to learn. You know how many conversations I've had with close friends and family members about financial literacy and making smart financial decisions? And guess what? They don't listen to me. At the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. There is no God or government body or whatever, the government trying to play God, whatever you're trying to do. All these handouts are never going to work. You can't save everybody. You just can't. I completely understand. Your heart's in the right place, Biden. I get it. You want to do what you can to close this gap. But a lot of these people out here just aren't going to be able to be saved. You can give them all the handouts that you want. They're going to default on the loans. They're still going to make bad financial decisions. They're still going to be making $40,000 a year, but every single week going to the Louis Vuitton store. You just can't fix it. You can't help it. That's just how it goes. So please, Biden, do not punish the middle class in order to pay for this, because it's not going to work anyway. It is a stupid plan. It is dumb. It is unfair. You should do things to help prop up the middle class. As a matter of fact, the people that are in the middle class that are not like mega rich, but are also not poor, that work their butts off to get there, we should be rewarded. You should be giving us a discount. Shoot, it ain't like we're multi-millionaires. Like, it's just absolutely insane. But anyway, I think I've ranted enough. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video. I just think it's absolutely insane, so I just wanted to talk about it. So yeah, there you guys have it. That will go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one.